Welcome to Dispatching Made Easy. In this video tutorial, we will be illustrating how to use the facility management functionality so facilities of your choosing can submit trips to you directly online through your DMA account versus having to entertain individual phone calls. This functionality will help expedite the trip creation process, making your job and that of facility staff much easier. Facilities can create resident profiles, submit trips for your acceptance and approval, and monitor the trip progress. Once logged in, start by navigating to the Facilities tab to select Facilities Management from the drop-down menu. Under Facility Management, you will be creating a master user account for each facility. Many smaller independent facilities may only need one account, but large facilities with different units and levels of care will most likely have multiple sub-user accounts. The facility master user will be responsible for creating each unique sub-user account for different units or key personnel. You, the transportation provider, will be responsible for teaching facilities on the particulars in using Dispatching Made Easy. In creating the master user account, start by entering the facility's basic information. Next, enter the administrator information, the person serving as the master user. Keep in mind, the master user is responsible for creating and managing all sub-user accounts for their respective facility. Should a new sub-user account need to be created, or an existing user is experiencing a login problem, they will need to contact the master user to reset credentials. It is important to remind the master user to create unique usernames. For security purposes, there can be no duplication of usernames throughout the entire DME platform. After entering the master user information, click Save. Once saved, you will notice the Success notification below Facility Management and the new Master User Profile featured to the right. Should you need to modify a master user profile, you will navigate to the Facilities tab and choose the Select tab next to the facility name you wish to modify. Using the newly created master user credentials, the designated master user can now log in at dmelive.com to create sub-user accounts, add resident profiles, create and manage trips, and more. You will notice when the master user logs in, their facility name will appear at the top of their account. From the Facility Sub-User tab, the master user will select Sub-User Management. Once selected, the master user will enter all applicable information. Note, to ensure there is no confusion, we highly recommend the master user uniquely labels or names each respective floor, unit, or department. When the sub-user logs into their unique account, their respective unit or department will be reflected at the top of their account. After entering all the facility sub-user information, the master user will select Save. Once saved, you will notice the Success notification at the top and the new sub-user account featured to the right. Should a sub-user account need to be modified, the master user will navigate to the Facility Sub-User tab and choose the Select tab next to the desired profile. Once the new sub-user profile has been created, the sub-user can log into dmelive.com using their unique username and password. You will notice when the sub-user logs into their unique account, the facility name followed by the floor, unit, building, or department designated by the master user will be featured. The master user and all sub-user accounts essentially experience similar functionality. They can all create new resident profiles, submit trips, and view trip status. For demonstration purposes, we will return to the master user account. Once logged in, the user will navigate to the Resident tab to create a new resident profile. If the resident is already in the database, then the user will go directly to Trip Management to create a new trip. Under Resident Management, the user will enter a name, demographics, billing, and all applicable information. Once the resident profile has been saved, you will notice the Success notification at the top and the new profile featured to the right. Should a resident profile need to be modified, the user will navigate back to the Resident tab and choose the Select tab next to the desired profile. Once a resident has been added to the facilities database, the user can navigate to the Trip Management tab. When the user begins entering the last name of the resident, their name will appear and filter alphabetically from a drop-down menu below the name, allowing the user to select the desired resident. Once selected, the resident's profile information will auto-populate. The user can then enter additional trip details. Once the trip has been saved, the user will receive a success notification toward the top of the screen, and the specific trip will be featured to the right. You will notice the pending notification featured below trip status. The reason for the pending status is because when a facility creates a trip, it is only a request until you, the dispatcher, accept and approve the trip. When a facility user creates and saves a trip, you will automatically receive a visual notification in the form of the green tab at the bottom left of screen. This notification will auto-populate whenever a facility submits a new trip pending your acceptance and approval. When you, the dispatcher, select Click here to view the trip request, a pop-up will appear featuring general trip-related information. To accept or decline the trip, you will click Go to Trip Details. Once you have reviewed the trip information, you can either accept or decline the trip. If you decline the trip, you will be prompted to type an additional message to be received by the facility explaining why you cannot accept the trip, possibly due to a full schedule. Regardless of reason, in your message you can request the facility reschedule the trip to a more convenience or other message. When you accept the trip, you will be prompted to confirm. Once confirmed, the trip will populate in your daily schedule. If the resident is a new customer and not yet in your customer database, the resident will automatically be added to your database. Once you have assigned a driver to a trip, like all other transports, it will appear in your dispatching grid. When you have confirmed the trip, the facility will receive a pop-up notification confirming the trip has been accepted and the trip. The trip status will change from pending to confirmed. Like you, facility staff can view all aspects of the trip progress using their own dispatching grid and daily schedule. However, facilities can only see trips relating to their residents and not of any other facility or customers. Further, facility dispatching grids and daily schedules are view-only. Staff cannot engage in or manipulate trip status in any way. Facility staff can see which driver is assigned to each transport, when the driver goes en route for pickup, when the resident goes in transit, and when the resident is dropped off at their appointment. Facility staff will recognize when you have identified a trip as awaiting return. Another added benefit of this unique functionality is staff being able to reference various statistics. Facilities can reference trips for individual residents or total volume. Obviously, this can confirm and assist with billing as per the terms of your contract or service agreement. Similar to trips, facilities can only see statistics associated with their exclusive account and not that of other facilities or customers.